Let's start this off by saying that the Doomslayer is a being of incomprehensible fury. He's not just going to be some drunken dad at a bowling alley looking for a fight either. He's going to possess the skills and knowledge to back him up in his never-ending conquest to extinguish the demons of hell. But per usual, humans being humans, we would like to know, where are the limitations concerning his strengths and abilities, and could he in fact take on other mythic heroes? In this case, we are looking at the Master Chief from the Halo series. Once again, I bring in our resident expert on Halo, Hidden Xperia, who will be able to kind of shed some light on Master Chief's ability and how the Altered Spartan would fare against the Doomslayer. So let's begin this video, as I am sure it is going to spawn quite a few arguments in the comments. As usual, we first need to understand who, and actually I suppose what, the Doomslayer is. Some of you may agree and some of you might not, and feel free to correct in the comments, but I believe that the Doomslayer is very much human. However, he is something entirely different at the same time. Just to give a brief rundown, there seems to be this conception that the Betrayer is the Doomslayer, but from what it looks like, the Night Sentinels had a betrayer that basically sold out their people to resurrect his son, which became the icon of sin. Hell showed up and then completely stomped this world. The betrayer fled and wanted to find a warrior who could avenge his world. The lore goes on to state that the Doomslayer had already been in hell at this point, and when the Doomslayer found the betrayer, he was given the suit to make him more than just human. Now that statement, as stated, will probably spawn a lot of arguments, but from what I can discern, Doom Guy, after the events of closing the portal with him inside hell, he is going to be the Doomslayer that has been tearing up hell ever since. So, operating on these pieces, it may not be 100% canon that they are really going to be the same person, but nor is it 100% canon that they are different people. Personally, I am choosing to operate under the assumption that he is not some god or alien or other superhuman creature. Well, he's kind of a superhuman creature, but he is Doom Guy. The events that kicked our hero into gear were when he was instructed to fire upon civilians. Doom Guy has always had a very strong moral compass, and he assaulted the officer, and as punishment, he was sent to Mars. Upon his arrival there, the invasion of hell was just about to kick off. All of Doom Guy's fellow soldiers were annihilated by demons. Men fully armed were torn apart, leaving only Doom Guy as the last remaining soldier. He fought his way through Mars and basically cleared the whole invasion. But while there, the invasion of Earth had already begun. Upon returning home, he found that his pet rabbit had been killed, which seems to be the only thing he actually loved. He went on to conquer the invasion of Earth before finally entering hell to take on the hordes of demons at their source. Choosing to stay in hell and closing the portal, he would decimate the demons in magnitude so great that some demons would actually begin to worship him. Eventually, he would receive a suit of armor, as stated previously, that was much stronger than his current armor that had been really created by humans on Earth as it was standard military armor. With this suit, he would go on to kill demons and even kill one known as the Titan, which the Titan was pretty much the strongest and most powerful demon. This means that the most powerful in hell couldn't actually stop the Doomslayer from rampaging through hell. Eventually, a trap was laid by demons to contain him, I guess you could say, in a sarcophagus to spare themselves extinction. They were successful and eventually collapsed a building on him and were able to entomb him, and it was covered in runes to put him into sort of like a state of hypersleep. The strongest demons were placed around the tomb so that he could never be disturbed again. And eventually, though, eons later, the UAC found this tomb and brought the sarcophagus back to begin the events of Doom 2016. Now, we could really sit here all day and argue about it, but really, to me, there seems to be a connection between Doom Guy and the Doomslayer. So, the Doomslayer appears to be human to me, at least that's what I'm operating with. But how is he able to survive against such daunting odds while his fellow soldiers fell? Call it luck, call it fate. There exists something different about the Doomslayer that normal humans do not possess. First, let's go over the human traits that the Marine possesses. The Doom Marine is something of an oddity, as he possesses near superhuman strength and endurance not noted in normal human beings. Being stronger, he would almost be something of a Beowulf of the future. Human, but something more. His speed is almost unmatched, or really actually is unmatched, and he is able to sprint at all times with no fatigue causing him to slow. This speed appears to be maxed out at around 49.5 miles per hour or 79.66 kilometers per hour. But let's go back to the strength for a moment. He is able to grapple with superhuman demons and rip them apart like tissue paper, which is clearly above the normal strength thresholds of a human. I mean, the demons are so freaking jacked in this game that even if you had a strongman, you know what? I'm going to use a pop culture reference. Even with Game of Thrones, if you took the mountain and you put him against a demon, the mountain would just be annihilated. This dude is ridiculously strong, and it can be assumed that it is because of the overall muscle mass. If you look at Doom Guy, he is a pretty swole looking dude just by himself. But attaching the muscle to a regular skeleton frame would not be enough. It would just completely shatter the bones. So I'm thinking that due to the fact you can take a direct hit from a fireball that can easily rip apart a normal human being, your skeleton must be stronger than normal. Even the demons, when they do kill you, it appears they have trouble pulling you apart. Everything about you, your strength, your muscle, your skeleton, is all going to be cranked up to 11, way higher than what a normal human body could withstand. The strength also gives him another bonus, and that's the ability to carry a ridiculous amount of weapons. BFGs, chainsaws, miniguns, pistols, whatever it is, he can carry it without it affecting his ability to fight, suggesting even more that his strength does not appear to have a roof on it, or it is unknown where the limits of it actually lie. But it's going to take more than just raw power to bring down hell. The Doom Marine has a superior intellect. One of the most noted examples of his intelligence is he's going to be able to pick up really any weapon from any world and immediately figure out how they operate and what to do. Now, if you've ever actually fired a weapon, it's not just point and click. Weapons are a little more complicated than that. So this intellect has transferred over to giving him a mastery over combat and weapons alike. So a base level Doom Guy is a person whose strength is not known where it falters, has a running speed that is sustainable indefinitely, that is much faster than the speeds of a normal person, and also has intelligence allowing him to work out combat strategies and utilize any weapons he may come across. But then there's also another thing to add to the pile: the suit given to him in hell by the betrayer. At this point, Doom Guy has become the Doomslayer or Hellwalker. This suit is going to contain many things that would make the Doomslayer even more formidable than his previous self, if you can actually believe that. The suit, first and foremost, apparently is near indestructible. The UAC tested the suit when it was found, but they determined that there were really no weaknesses on it and that anything they did not actually damage the suit. On top of that, it is presumed that the suit is a powered exoskeleton much like Mjolnir armor, but it is unknown how to actually power it up without the Doomslayer in the suit itself. This suit can disperse Argent energy throughout it, making the suit more powerful as energy is absorbed. It also is able to be upgraded by utilizing Praetor chips, allowing for the integration of foreign technology, making the suit even more powerful. But quite possibly, the doom of any Spartan that would be foolish enough to pick a fight with the Doomslayer would also find there are a few reasons this may not turn out so well. Badass Incarnate is a form of energy that makes the Doomslayer invincible to all forms of attack. While it does not last forever, there would be no way a Spartan would be able to counterattack the Doomslayer during this time. Then there are other energy sources that end up driving standard humans insane, but the Doomslayer is able to utilize: Berserk and Haste. Berserk causing the Doomslayer to become invincible as well, and they're able to rip apart demons with their bare hands, even if the demons are fresh into combat, which means they would be able to rip apart Spartans with their bare hands. Haste pushes the Doomslayer's body well past its normal sprint to around 90 miles per hour or 144 kilometers per hour. When the Master Chief got up to 60 miles per hour, he tore his Achilles tendon. So what this is going to mean is, for your body to get up to 90 miles per hour running speed, you would have to have your nervous system working in conjunction and working fast enough to keep up with the speed that you have, meaning that the nervous system of the Doomslayer is probably well past anything that has been done in the Spartan 2 program concerning alterations to the nervous system. But let's be completely clear about what the Doomslayer is. He does not sound like your typical human, and certainly not like your typical Marine, but he does appear to be Homo sapien in origin and form. Again, he very well could be the Beowulf of the future. This might be what they are alluding to. So it's difficult to really get a read on how powerful he is because, again, there doesn't seem to be a roof. The most powerful demons of hell have challenged him, which could easily tear apart entire armies of humans and presumably Spartans, and they have all fallen to the Doomslayer. So this one was way easier to call than the Necromorph versus Flood. The Doomslayer just wins, flat out. Master Chief is an excellent soldier, and bolstered with Mjolnir, the fight might go on a little longer than Doomguy's battle with demons, but with the speed and endurance shown by the Doomslayer, Master Chief would quickly fall for a couple of reasons. First, Spartans rely on their speed and the strength of Mjolnir to combat enemies they come across. Fighting organic beings like the Covenant is a bit challenging to the Spartans, as many have died in the process, and while Master Chief has always had luck, he too has struggled at certain points with certain enemy types and variants, coming out on top each time, but the key word is he struggled. The Doomslayer does not appear to struggle, he appears to just decimate. Covenant, I imagine, would fall quickly to a demon invasion, yet time and time again, the Doomslayer has stopped demons in their tracks and even raised hell on their own turf. The strength of the Doomslayer, his constant speed, his use of weapons and range of weapons, and his nigh indestructible armor make him more than a match for the Master Chief, and ultimately the victor in Master Chief versus the Doomslayer. And I mean, even in the Doomguy form, while it may be more evenly matched, I suppose at this point, it should still be noted that the Doomguy possesses superhuman strength at this point and superhuman speed, putting him on par with a Spartan. But after the Doomguy's time spent in hell, I would liken it to almost like, and I'm about to drop some anime on y'all, if you consider this anime, it's almost like when Goku and Frieza fought in DBZ. You may or may not get the reference, but basically Goku and Frieza were about evenly matched right up until Goku went Super Saiyan. Then it was 100% game over for Frieza. This is Doomguy versus Master Chief, and then subsequent Doomslayer versus Master Chief. So what do you think about the Doomslayer flat out winning? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to go check out the link in the description to see Hidden Xperia's discussion on the Spartan strengths and hear his conclusion to the question. Personally, we all know that Doomslayer and Master Chief would just unite and annihilate everything, but it's kind of a cool thought experiment to compare the two. I hope you guys did enjoy our collaboration over these two titans fighting. If you liked the video, it would be very bro of you if you would leave a like. If you really liked it, why not consider subscribing to the channel? I will drop my Discord link, Twitter link, and Patreon link in the description as well. If you would like to consider donating to the channel, that is of course the best way to support Roanoke Gaming. Speaking of patrons, I would like to thank mine. At the Scientist tier, we have Layla Lizarin, and then we got your boy Master BC. Next up, our residents are going to be G. Anderson, Richard Muhlenberg, and Alex Parks. With their PhD in genetics, we have Divine Whisper, John Russo, Scott Grant. Holding their Masters in Biology, we have Adam Hartswick, Andrew Lawson, Brian H. Briggs, Cameron Smith, Javier D. Rodriguez, Laffy No Skill, and the Otter Man. And last but not least, with their Bachelors in Morphological Sciences, we have a Big Fat Snake, Ahigao Comics, Average Soul, Dustin Ellis, Ember Saffron, Eric Scott Gillies, Jacob N. Pisoni, Joseph Radical, Natsuki Chiaki, and Sergio Cruz. Thanks for the support, guys. I appreciate it. So again, go check out Hidden Xperia's video as he makes some awesome, iconic content. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see y'all in the next one.